In this video, we will take a look at this Bluetooth tracer unit that can literally do it all, including measuring your FPS and your joule output. All right, let's jump right into the packaging because there is a lot that I want to show you. Here we have an adapter and an Allen key. USB-C cable, yes, it has USB-C in the front. So let me just quickly show you that. There is the protective cap, and here you have access to the USB-C, plus we have the LEDs that make the flame. And on the back, we have two different buttons. We have the mode button and we have the color button. This mode button also doubles as power button, so we can turn it on with that one. Before we jump into the functions, I also want to show you the selection of carbon fiber tubes. I like gold, so let's quickly put this gold one on so you know all the options. So it is basically a sleeve like this, meaning you can unscrew the front and back and replace the middle portion. If you fancy colors, this is definitely a nice option to have, and it makes it look way more unique. Notice the tight and snug fit of the insides, which is something I really like. And now it looks like both sides are the same, so we can just pop it in on one side, screw it in place, and we pop this back in. And just like that, you got yourself a carbon fiber gold tracer unit that can also double as Chrono. All right, I will put it back into the original state and we look at the function and the app that you can use on your phone. All right, we have it back in the original state. So let me show you the function. First, I'm gonna push the mode button, which will turn on the tracer unit, and you will see that it blinks a certain color depending on the mode. Now we have it in red, which is the flame mode, and when I cycle, now I will have the flame with tracer function. I can also just have a tracer, or there is the so-called drag function, which illuminates only every other BB or every third BB. You will see that in the app. The other button, you basically can choose the color when you are in the flame function. Flame function. And now with the color button, you can choose how it will be. You have, I believe, 10 different colors, so plenty to choose from. This is how it works without the app, but there's Bluetooth, so we better use the app because it's actually much nicer. You can get the eShooter app, and then basically you find this Flare BT, and it will detect the tracer unit. You connect to it, and now we have everything that we need to have. The first screen that you end up with is the chronoing function, because that's probably what you will be checking once everything is set up. Most often, you want to check your joule output / FPS because you already have the tracer function at the settings that you prefer. So handy to have directly the power. You can set your BB diameter and BB weight. You can check the averages. You can check the minimum, maximum joule RPS, meters per second. You can also change that to feet per second if you are from the US, or just use imperial units. So this does everything that you need from a Chrono. That's it. Not only that, you can also set the kinetic energy warning function. So if you exceed this energy, it will also give you a warning. By default, it seems to be set to 1.44, but you can set it to everything, anything that you want. And finally, here we have the settings for the tracer and all the different modes and colors. So, as you can see now, it's in the flame mode. We can easily switch to tracer with flame, tracer, or drag light. Here with the drag light, it looks kind of unique. What is it? You can basically select how many BBs will be illuminated. So here you will see that it's every second BB. You can drag it to every fourth BB, which is number 3, so it gives you the spacing in between illumination. So 3 gives you 3 BBs that are not illuminated, and so on. You can go all the way up to 10. I thought that's kind of cool if you want to have it like, you know, real steel machine gunners They also don't have all tracers. They only have every third, maybe fourth as a tracer round to see where they are firing. You can definitely imitate that with this app or with this tracer unit. Also here below the mode selection, you have the flame adjust. So you can have a simple color if you want to imitate the muzzle flash, but you can also do the rainbow effect. So if you like the rainbow effect that you've probably seen in many other videos, this thing can do it all. And you can also adjust the length of the rainbow from your muzzle. So you can go, say, short, as you can see in the preview of the app, or you can go all the way out and just make it illuminate for a longer distance. You can also select the brightness here. So the adjustments you can do with this are pretty much limitless. There is nothing I can think of that I would add to this. Last but not least, dynamic color. It just keeps switching colors, so you always get something else. Really, the sky is the limit. When you want to turn it off, you basically just keep pushing the mode button until you see 2 times blinking red, and then it will be off. So let's go through it. I'm gonna push, cycle through the modes, and the last one will be turn off. You can see it on the overhead camera, so let's keep pushing. Now, 2 times blinking red, and now you will see it will no longer blink, so now the tracer unit is off. All right, let's set it with tracer and flame, and I'm gonna show you the chronoing function because that's the last thing I'm gonna show. Also how to mount it. So first things first, we need to remove the cover if you have it. Here I have the TP22. You might have an AEG, even sniper rifle, you could use it if you want to. It's a 14mm counterclockwise thread, so it will fit pretty much any replica. We have it on. Let's shoot a couple. First one, I didn't wreck the slide, so there was no BB. That wasn't a misfire. Was my fault, actually. And here we have all the measurements that we need. You can see everything very clearly here. You can check the minimum, maximum, averages, the kinetic warning. Now, how about holsters? Does the tracer unit fit into a holster? A quick answer is that into a regular Glock holster, you cannot put it, so you will have to use a different one. There are multiple different options. You have the open holsters, which obviously will fit anything that you put on, or this universal closed holster. You will be able to put the tracer in, lock it in place. It will be rubbing here a little bit on the top, so you might get a bit of like scratching or you know, just like marks that you can basically wipe off with your fingers. But it does work pretty well. This is my universal open holster that I've been using for several years. It is actually pretty nice and doable, and I have it set in a way that the gun doesn't really wobble at all. You can also open it a little bit more and give it even more space. Now this is the SSP-18. Let's put it on the TP22 to check that, but I don't think there will be any issues, possibly with other guns as well. High kappas are generally quite a bit tighter, so they need less space, meaning that this tracer will not really be holsterable into a high kappa holster. All right, we have it on the TP22 and fits nicely as well, even a little bit easier, albeit I have my 3D printed cover on it, so I am not using the red dot plate. If you would be using the red dot plate, you can still put the TP22 into this holster. You would just need to open it up a little bit more, but I know for a fact that it fits. With this, if you open it up, no problem. So basically, this is the tightest setting, still works. So that are your holster options. If you have a different platform or you know that it will not fit, maybe you have a high kappa, check out the open universal holsters with the adapters that we have. You will not be limited by, well, anything really. You can put what you want on the pistol and you will be able to holster it. Bottom line, this tracer has it all. If you are looking for a tracer unit that's small, that allows you to customize it, that also doubles as a chrono. Also, I forgot to mention the app is quite user-friendly. I just installed it. I know where everything is right away. All right, that's it. If this fits the bill, Check it out.